bit of news I've been interested in lately is the petitions from pretty much every state to secede from the Union. And for whatever reason, I'm not entirely sure, I found that very interesting, especially the fact that since I last checked, Texas has met the minimum requirements for it to be heard over 4 times. So it's had over 100,000 votes when I checked this morning. And it goes up fast. But anyway, people have asked me if I would want to secede. And my answer to them was, I already have. The reason I say this is, even though I still live in America and I'm still a citizen, mentally, in a way, I have already seceded. I have already decided I am different, separate, and independent, and free. Regardless of whether my state, Texas, actually secedes from the Union, I already have. Regardless of if World War III starts and America is destroyed, I have already seceded and become separated from any of that. The reason I use this terminology and say I have separated and seceded already is that I am currently learning the power of free will, and just how much power our choices and ideas and decisions truly have. People really don't understand how powerful our free will is. That is why I believe so many people everywhere and so many institutions have been set up to try to diminish our idea of power of choice. And that's why there's so many commercials telling us what we need, what we do wrong. That's why the ideas are impressed upon us, such as being gay isn't a choice, obesity is a disease, or so many other things. When, regardless of the science, because sometimes ideas seem to defy science, regardless of the science you may know about some of those particular issues, your ability to choose does have a lot of power over many of those instances. I've heard of some stories of people simply choosing not to have cancer. When you start reaching into the realm of the power of the mind, the power of decision and free will, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. And because the free will is so powerful, people try to suppress that. Because once you aren't free mentally, you're easier to control. Once you don't believe you're free, if you are caught into the lie that you have to do something, you're easier to control because you are denying free will. You are believing you don't have free will in that area. Every area where you say, I have to, I need to, is an area where you are admitting I'm not free. There are some areas where we do have to do something in order to live, such as breathe. We have to breathe or we will not live. That could be a have to, admittedly. We aren't free to go without breathing because we'll die. But other smaller areas, but are still slightly bigger, are people saying, I have to eat. They may not actually have to. I know from experience you can go a week or more without eating. I've done it several times. They also say things like, I have to get a job, I have to get a degree, I have to make sure I don't get fired. When in reality, if you were to not get a degree, or if you were to get fired, would you immediately fall over dead? Or would you be able to find another way to live? When you are caught up in the idea that you have to do something, you aren't free. You aren't using your free will. When you secede from that oppressive, tyrannical source that are telling you you can and can't do things, when you get away from that, you are free, regardless of your circumstances. Even if you're in jail or something, your mind can still be free, and because of that, you will have seceded. And that is why we should all secede. All of our minds should be free. And that way, no matter what happens, we will be able to be happy and learn from every circumstance. And of course, the best part is, well, no, deep down, we are in charge of ourselves. So that's pretty much it. I figured out how to smoothly end these videos with what to say, so I guess talk to you next time.